Welcome to Storytime with Mrs. Cushman. It's October, so that means we've got to read some Halloween books. This is a classic, which means it's an oldie but a goodie. You know, I like to say that. This one was written in 1992. And that was actually the year after I got married. So it is by Erica Silverman, and it is called Big Pumpkin. The illustrator is S.D. Schindler. So he uses his first initials, or she does. We don't know what the illustrator's first name is. Big Pumpkin by Erica Silverman. Once there was a witch who wanted to make pumpkin pie. So she planted a pumpkin seed. She weeded and watered, and after a while, a sprout poked through. And then a pumpkin grew, and it grew, and it grew, and then it grew some more. Soon, Halloween was just hours away. The witch thought about the pumpkin pie and bent down to take her pumpkin off the vine. Big pumpkin. Well, she pulled and she tugged and she pulled. First she pulled hard and then she pulled harder. But that pumpkin just sat. "Drat!" said the witch. Just then along came a ghost. "Big Pumpkin," said the ghost. "It's big and it's mine, but it's stuck on the vine, and Halloween's just hours away," said the witch, and she kicked that pumpkin. "I am bigger than you and stronger too," boasted the ghost. "Let me try." Said the witch, but she thought about pumpkin pie and stepped aside. The ghost bent down to take the pumpkin off the vine. Well, he pulled and he tugged and he pulled. First he pulled hard and then he pulled harder, but that pumpkin just sat. "Drat!" said the ghost. Just then along came a vampire. "Big Pumpkin," said the vampire. "It's big and it's mine, but it's stuck on the vine, and Halloween's just hours away," said the witch, and she kicked that pumpkin. "I am bigger than both of you and stronger too," boasted the vampire. "Let me try." "Humph," said the witch. "Humph," said the ghost. But they thought about pumpkin pie and stepped aside. The vampire bent down to take the pumpkin off the vine. Well, he pulled and he tugged and he pulled. First he pulled hard and then he pulled harder, but that pumpkin just sat. "Drat!" said the vampire. Just then along came a mummy. "Big Pumpkin," said the mummy. "It's big and it's mine, but it's stuck on the vine, and Halloween's just hours away," said the witch, and she kicked that pumpkin. "I am bigger than all of you and stronger too," boasted the mummy. "Let me try." "Humph," said the witch. "Humph," said the ghost. "Humph," said the vampire. But they thought about pumpkin pie and stepped aside. The mummy bent down to take the pumpkin off the vine. Well, she pulled and she tugged and she pulled. First she pulled hard and then she pulled harder, but that pumpkin just sat. "Drat!" said the mummy. Just then along came a bat. "Big Pumpkin," said the bat. The witch didn't say a word. She just looked at the ghost and rolled her eyes. The ghost looked at the vampire looked at the mummy, they all looked at the little bat, and they started to laugh. "I may not be big, and I may not be strong," said the bat, "but I have an idea." And the bat told them what to do. "Humph," said the witch. "Humph," said the ghost. "Humph," said the vampire. "Humph," said the mummy. "Ready, set." Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to read this part. But they thought about pumpkin pie and bent down to take the pumpkin off the vine. "Ready, set, pull," called the bat. The bat pulled the mummy pulled the vampire pulled the ghost pulled the witch, and the witch pulled the pumpkin. Well, they pulled and they tugged and they pulled. First they pulled hard and then they pulled harder. And snap! Off came the pumpkin. "Drat!" said the witch. Whoosh! It flew and thud! It landed on top of a hill. And thump bump, thump bump, thump bump, it bounced all the way down to the witch's house. And when it got to her door, that pumpkin just sat. "Hooray for the shouted the witch, and she hurried inside to make pumpkin pie. Said the ghost. Have some more, said the witch. Couldn't eat another bite, said the vampire. Fun party, said the mummy. Time to go, said the bat. Drat, said the witch, as she watched them all leave. Then she went right out and planted another pumpkin seed. I hope you enjoyed Storytime with Mrs. Cushman, and I hope you have some fun with pumpkins and other Halloween things this year. Thank you.